Adventure is Nigh has a really big disc.
Big disc energy.
Well, an average-sized disc. I'm, of course, talking about the Adventure is Nigh Blu-ray discs. Season 1 and Season 2 of Adventure is Nigh are now available to own. That means you can watch the river crossing shenanigans of your favorite adventurers, even if there's no more internet. These blue discs include every episode of Season 1 and 2 beautifully remastered, Q&As, behind-the-scenes content, and a commentary track on every single episode. Honestly, we probably shouldn't have done that. We get sidetracked easily. I don't know if you've seen The Substance.
I was going to say, I was waiting for a break so I could be like, let's talk about how they use nudity in The Substance.
Head on over to our DFTBA store to order your copy or go to adventureisnigh.horse. It's a real website.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Firelink Podcast, episode number 103 for Thursday, March 26, 2026. Marty Sleever here, joined by Casey Wosu and producer Eric. Nick is back in America, but taking today and tomorrow kind of slow, because apparently, don't tell him I said this, tomorrow, his birthday.
Is that true?
Yeah, a little fun fact. Yeah, March 27th. I had to look at the date, but yes, it is tomorrow. So HBD, Mazel Tov, and everything to Nick for that. But Casey and I are here with Eric for a great show tonight. We're going to be talking about today's Xbox partner preview, including, in my opinion, its highlight, Stranger Than Heaven, which is the latest game from the Yakuza team. We'll also be talking about the sad news of more layoffs in the games industry. This one pretty massive over at Epic, the house that Fortnite built. We'll be talking about a little bit of Nintendo news, including some price fluctuations on physical versus digital, as well as an exciting wait, what does Smash say when a new person has entered the roster? Like, what was the term? A new challenger has appeared?
A new challenger, and then a little flavor text in relation to who that challenger is or what they represent.
Yeah. So this space-born fox is going to hop all over your backyard of this film, and then everything we've been playing and watching and whatnot. Casey, how are you? Welcome back. I'm glad I'm not here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I watched your solo stream. Great job on that.
Thanks.
Expertly handled. I apologize for not being around. I had to fly out of state to handle a personal matter. But yeah, I'm back. And yeah, things are going good. There's game news, both good and bad.
Sure.
So, I mean, we're here to try and help you guys through it as best as we can.
And we're in the midst of like a little AAA tornado going on right now. Just even looking at Fully Ramble-matic, Yassi's had 3 weeks in a row of big old games with Resi 9, with Crimson Desert, and with Pacopia. And I'm excited because you have some thoughts on one of those in Crimson Desert.
On both of those, actually, because I have also been playing RE9, and you guys, if you
part of me was excited for
not
Pacopia.
A Resident Evil boy.
You are not. No, not a Resident Evil boy at all.
Yeah, not a Resident Evil fan at all. But I have been putting significant amount of time into it with the wife.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about both that and Crimson Desert. And I'm assuming you're saving your Pacopia for like. This is going to be like when I take like a really nice trip and I want to just put the cherry on top of building my little villages for my little critters. And thank you so much, RDC folks, donating. Remember, we already passed our Dokapon dono goal. Thank you all so much for helping towards that. We're going to be, that is tentatively scheduled for Saturday, April 25th. Only that far away because that is the kind of day that worked best for the four of us to be able to block off the entire day. So I'll get excited for that. And then, of course, our newest goal.
Enough time to write our wills and testaments.
to try to bribe the king as much as possible in the next 3 weeks. But then that next goal that is up there right now is if you watched Battle Masters on Breath of the Wild, that was one of the main challenges, and Jack was pretty rude, I'm gonna say, to how all of us played Breath of the Wild, to the point where I threw down a gauntlet at him, and him and I might be competing in Breath of the Wild on the somehow a dual stream, which we're gonna figure out, and I promise you, Eric,
it'll be fine
because we'll just have to have a little production meeting. Everything will be fine.
It'll be perfectly
good
fine.
thing Nintendo makes streaming so easy. But
fun fact just about that is that used to be a thing that not Microsoft, but they bought Beam.Pro and turned it into Mixer. That was just a thing you could do on that,
just like
server
have two
before they shut it
streams
down.
going on.
More than two. You could have like 4 streams going at the same time. It was a thing I just did with my friends, and that was before I bought the super expensive ass fucking computer.
Mixer was secretly like the best.
It was really good.
Yeah, we didn't know what we had.
R.I.P.
Caden, thank you so much. A $2 Canadian dono. Congrats on reaching episode 100. Not only did we reach episode 100, we reached it several times in a row through varying degrees. None of them were worthy of an episode 100, but I think combined, if you listen to them all as like a 5-hour pod,
chunky,
yeah, exactly. That could be episode 100.
Bonus, the fact that you were by yourself on episode 101. I think the one was you.
That the one was me, but who was the other one? Also, I don't want to like hate on you. That was episode 102, actually. So
fuck! Oh, damn it!
One was truly the loneliest number in 102. And then Frog Parts, thank you so much, a $2 dono. Here's to the next 100 episode 100s. We're fine.
Thank you.
This is episode 103. We're the next big milestone is 182. And we're going to have Tom DeLonge and Mark Hoppus on the show, but not Travis Barker. He would drum too loudly. We'd ask him a question. He'd start like hitting his cymbals, his snares and whatnot. He's actually,
that's why we
love to talk to him. That's why I love him, because he just drums. He's got a lot of tattoos. Casey, let's talk about today's Xbox partner preview. This was a showcase that Microsoft put on earlier today, about I think half an hour, 40 minutes. Despite the fact that it was called the Xbox partner preview, every single one of these games was third party and they're all coming to PC, most of them to PS5, and a lot of them to Switch 2. Some of them have Xbox Game Pass partnerships and whatnot, so that is cool. But yeah, I just want to run down some of the games coming, and I guess we could shout out some highlights, lowlights, and everything. It started off with Hunter the Reckoning Death Wish. Do you know about Hunter: The Reckoning as a series?
The name is familiar, but it's the World of Darkness that I'm more familiar with. Like I know that's like a big.
That's like the Vampire the Masquerade thing, right?
Right. Yeah. Like Werewolf, the something else. There's like a bunch of them. They're all part of like this big sort of tabletop RPG thing, but they've had a big footprint. Well, let's not say big. They've had a medium footprint in the video game space for a while, which is kind of random offshoot games. Some good, some really bad, like hilariously bad. So I didn't realize that Hunter the Reckoning was in that universe. Oh,
I got you. Hunter the Reckoning on the original Xbox, a game I owned and a game I genuinely enjoyed. This was like a kind of like if Diablo were more like a third person shooter kind of game, but it seems like that is the flavor that they're bringing back, which I think is interesting. You know, I was curious how they'd handle, because other vampire games do kind of the more immersive sim thing or do the crazy 4v1 multiplayer thing. This trailer seemed pretty cool in terms of vampire hunting. It's also funny that this is coinciding with what I'm hoping or assuming the Arcane's Blade probably coming out next year, which we've only seen a little bit of. They kind of sprinkled that teaser on us a few years ago, but timeline wise feels like it should be a next year game, but that could be exciting. The return of vampires.
Yeah, Vampire Hunter games beefing. I think that's great.
Yeah,
I like it.
There you go. Next up was Wuthering Waves. Were you a Wuthering Waves guy?
No, I fell really hard into the ZZZ thing. And Wuthering Waves was, to me, a step back towards Genshin Impact because that's what that game was sort of riffing off of. I have heard fairly consistently that it is a much better take on what Genshin Impact does. So I don't know. The fact that this is coming to Xbox now might be enough of a trigger to have me like maybe pop in and see what it's about a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's just easier to like play stuff on my Xbox. So yeah, I don't hate that as a thing.
Yeah. You could turn into a dolphin. It seems like it was some of this looked like an endless runner, and then other bits of it looked like a character action spectacle fighter. So I was very confused by what was going on here.
But that's kind of a motif of these gacha games, is that they really do a lot. Like there's like a little bit of every effing thing in them.
Yeah. So it's let's just kitchen sink this and see if everything works out. Up after that was The Expanse Osiris Reborn from the, I believe the Russian developer Owlcat Games, who've worked on stuff in the Pathfinder and Warhammer universes. This game very much looked like Mass Effect in the Expanse universe, which is cool.
Which is good. That's a good
Which
thing.
is good. I have seen some early troubling comments in terms of AI usage from this studio. In terms of them being very open with, we are using this in, we're using AI with like prototyping and everything will get, we'll definitely replace it by the time it launches, which, we've is something we kind of are dealing with a lot of games now. Obviously, Crimson Desert has had its kind of stepping in the AI rake, as even Game of the Year winners like Claire Obscure and the Alters have stepped in that similar rake. So I guess outside of that, just wanting to kind of throw that out there. What did you? You're an Expanse fan, right? Of the series?
Yes, huge Expanse fan, specifically of the series. I've bought several of the books. I just have yet to read them. I love the idea of just doing stuff in the Expanse universe. I will say gameplay did look pretty run of the mill for the most part, but because it's a franchise that like I'm a big fan of, I can kind of forgive that because it's given me a chance to do something I haven't done in that universe, which is like run around and shooting it. Hopefully you can like fly those big ass ships too that have like the crazy machine guns, because that's probably like the most visually like significant thing from the Expanse universe is like the sights of like those spaceship combat sequences. But everything else is kind of very kind of military sim space.
Stuff you kind of
it looks like a lot of other things.
I think for me the big thing is just going to be the writing in this game, because like the writing in the Expanse Amazon series is like so good. The characters are so well fleshed out and the kind of arcs are so well plotted. So we'll see this one headed to, I believe, all platforms next spring 2027.
I think this one is also a Game Pass joint too.
Yes, that's right. A handful of these games, including which we'll be talking about soon, Stranger Than Heaven, coming to Game Pass, which, despite Microsoft's woes and turbulent internal politics, it seems like Game Pass is still a decent, expense for the time being. It
is now the cost I guess it should be. Like, it's not a great deal anymore. You are paying what you are getting.
Yep. And I just got an email today that Netflix is going up in price again. So, which it feels like I just get an email every 6 months that Netflix is going up in price. And I'm like, you don't have to pay the Stranger Things kids anymore. Like, they're gone. You don't got to pay them.
Like,
you don't got to pay Millie Bobby Brown to not want to play that psychic girl anymore. Yes. The next game, I personally need to gloss over a little bit because I work with this company, but Grave Seasons, which I think I have not played this yet, looks cool. This is from Blumhouse Publishing. This is they do all the spooky games. This one was it's almost like what if Stardew Valley, but you arrived in the town and it turned out one person in the town was a serial killer that was randomized every time. Which I believe
Jess had her eye on this and she talked about it at some point on a thing, maybe.
Yeah. which not shocking because Jess seems like the kind of person who wants to roll up to a town and one person is a serial killer.
And also, tend to your crops and turnips.
And tend your crops and maybe find a little bit of love. Yeah, all great. That got a release date August 14th. So coming later this summer, and a demo is apparently coming soon. The next game, which was kind of surprising to me, was Serious Sam: Shatterverse. Did you ever get into the Serious Sam series? Do you know about the series?
Not really. I did review one forever ago. It wasn't like a mainline one. It was like maybe like a newer indie offshoot joint. Like I think it was a roguelite. I cannot remember the name of it. Because that's how kind of uninteresting it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't like it didn't leave like a huge impression.
Sure.
But I will say this seems much more interesting than anything I've ever heard about Serious Sam. Like this is like playing with alternate realities and multiverses and stuff, like different versions of the same character. Like I'd be interested to see how that gets told story wise, or how that plays in like a co-op shooter.
Yeah, it was like 5 different versions of Serious Sam that almost felt like the different versions of the game throughout the eras. And then like, some like really kind of lo-fi 90s shooters, some almost like cartoony, over the top, pulled out of a comic book shooter. I am curious, certain shots looked like the art style was literally different depending on which character you played as. And I'm not sure if that was my mind playing tricks on me or not. Because sometimes the footage looked genuinely cell shaded, and other times it looked kind of more like crunchy 90s pixelated or polygonal. But
I can't say that I noticed that, but that would be cool if that's what they were going for. Like the levels were based on the different eras or universes or whatnot.
Or even if you like played as if there's 5 versions of Max of Serious Sam, sorry, not Max. I'm thinking of Max Payne and Serious Sam, 2 very different men. If you play as a different one, if the game visually looked different, that would be kind of neat. Like if multiple people were playing in the same level, but it looked different to everyone.
It looked different to each of them. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of work.
Eric says so. Serious Sam Generations. Sam's gonna kiss a human woman at the end of this, which I guess wouldn't be too weird for he's a human man. So.
One of the Sams is a human woman. So there's
well, there you go.
That.
Well, that's weird if you kiss like your multiverse doppelganger. I don't want any of that here.
Tell that to Loki.
Tell that to Loki. Oh, that got real weird. The next game, the big thing I personally wanted to talk about was Stranger Than Heaven. This is the new game from RGG Studio. This is the core Yakuza team and everything. Their latest game, which at first felt like was a departure from the Yakuza series, but by the end of this trailer, I realized this is absolutely in the Yakuza Like a Dragon world. Its whole selling point here is 5 different eras in 5 different cities. So the game seems to be spread across Japan with one section in 1915, one in 29, one in 49, one in 51, and one in 65. Not 49, excuse me, 43. So kind of 15, 29, mid-war, post-war, and then 65. A few of the locations they showed, they said 5 different cities. The reason everyone started kind of clapping on the Yakuza Like a Dragon thing is 1965 clearly takes place in Kamurocho, which is the fictional version of Shinjuku that Yakuza takes place in. So we saw that sign and everything. So like this is in the same world. Maybe this is like about the formation of like the Tojo clan or characters that are older characters in the Yakuza series and everything. The vibe of this, I just really fucking loved. This had kind of a almost Cowboy Bebop like jazz kind of soundtrack and cadence.
Yeah, the trailer was great.
Yeah. And we don't know how these kind of 5 time periods intersect, if you're literally playing them chronologically, or if there's like 5 different campaigns you're bouncing between, if you're the same person in all of them. But Casey, what did you think about this?
But yeah, great impression. Like, I'm not the biggest Yakuza guy, but like this looks like a lot of fun in terms of like, new age beat 'em ups. I'm very curious about the way it's trying to tell its story. Like, I'm not a math man, so like, how much time are we able to figure out how much time between each of the eras? Is it the same amount of time, or are they going to specific times because maybe like these are specific beats. Is the character getting older over time?
It is
Like-
not. It is 14 years between the first two, 14 years between the second two, 6 years after that, and then another 14 years. So 14 seems to be a recurring number, except for 43 to 51, which is 6
right.
years.
And a human, like an adult human man, can survive through all those eras.
Oh yeah, you
Like-
could be
like
hanging out in 1915 and still hanging out in 1965. Maybe there's a chance you and I are still hanging out in 2065. I don't know if we'd have like the wherewithal to be punching dudes. in
Right, yeah, that's I'm
2065,
like,
but we'll see.
you're still pretty spry. Like maybe
Yeah.
it gets up to shenanigans at a very young age. I don't know. It
Yeah.
seems interesting. Like it definitely got me interested. Like, oh, I want to know more about this. So if people are waiting on this, and I'm sure this got them hype. But yeah, it didn't really show moment to moment gameplay, but they promised a much bigger reveal in May. So I don't know. I think it was a good showing.
Yeah, the Xbox is going to have a new a showcase dedicated solely to this the evening of May 6th. So I'm assuming there we'll get, release date and probably more about the story. Also, some keen-eyed viewers spotted apparently one of the bosses is played by Snoop Dogg, who was
I thought that looked
around
like
in-
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I
And
thought they were just
the,
going for a Snoop Dogg like, but okay, that's
So-
fine. I like that.
They haven't officially announced it, but people looked. Snoop Dogg was in Japan a little while back, and like almost geolocated him to like visiting the studio and everything. So
That's
the tone of the trailer seems more serious, but I don't think like that they're going to be giving away, leaving behind the kind of silliness that the Yakuza and Like a Dragon series.
I think that's normal for
has
them.
been
Like
known
their
for.
trailers
Yeah.
tend to always kind of lean on the drama part, but then the game
Sure.
is completely ridiculous.
Yeah, and this is a series that's used like Samoa Joe was like one of the characters in the pirate game and everything. So like they're not against kind of stunt casting and all that. Not a I don't know. If Snoop Dogg's just a boss in the game, that seems fine. I don't know. I don't have anything against that.
Yeah, he's been a boss in video games before.
Yeah, exactly. He was he Def Jam Vendetta or
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those? Yeah. A couple Patreon comments came in about this. Thank you so much to folks at that $5 tier and above on Patreon. Immense Cookie, thank you so much, said Stranger Than Heaven was how you do a trailer. So stylish and sick. Plenty of exposition and clearly defined narrative. Really looking forward to it. It just did feel like a really good trailer to where I didn't need anything else from this. I'm like, I'm kind of good. Like I'm bought into this game. I don't need any more. And I know the way games work is we're going to, like you said, I mean, there's a dedicated showcase coming in a month and a half, but it's one of those things where this is going to be kind of jammed down our throat. But I do always wish that there was, I don't know, a way for a game to just kind of show itself and then go on blackout. Like maybe that's the excitement of something like a Hollow Knight or like a Silk Song or if Valve releases their next thing, maybe that's kind of rare of the company that can actually do that.
Yeah, if you have that deep seated
Cache.
fan base, then sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so that looks cool. And then Bartender, thank you so much over in the Patreon, said, Yakuza was my COVID series. I had the original on PS2 back in 2006. Never clicked with me back then, but I loved playing through the series as an adult. Yakuza 0, and then the more recent Like a Dragon games being standouts. I think that RGG has a smart way of reusing assets from the game to games, especially now with such long development cycles and some series missing entire console generations while other studios should be taking note. That said, I'm excited for new RGG game unbeholden to Yakuza and Like a Dragon. I do agree. I think them and FromSoft feel like two developers who are very good at kind of reusing things, like and kind of like obviously reusing things, but in a way that it reminds me of like old Hollywood reusing sets, where it's like, well, this kind of just fiscally makes sense. Like if you built a cool enemy, like you could just bring them back and like throw them in a different color. If you built a cool neighborhood, we can keep going back to that neighborhood. Like I'm not sick of it yet.
They make it feel good when you go back. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to like nail it the first time around, and then people will actually want to go back. But if you like stumble the first time, and then I have to revisit that place or that thing, I'm gonna be a little kind of peeved at that. Cool. There was like an indie stretch after this. They showed a little bit of Super Meat Boy 3D, which is coming out in a week, I guess 5 days.
Yeah, I know people are kind of down on that, but I don't know, that trailer didn't look that bad. I mean, the man looked bad, like he was having a bad time.
The man,
but
yeah, it was a very like 90s tinged kind of game trailer in my mind. But yeah, that's coming
that bad.
That's coming very soon. We got a Annapurna game called Forever Ago, which just seems like it's like one of those an old man 'em up, which I always want to like an up 'em up.
Yes, but it seems like someone wanted to make a video game out of Up, perhaps.
Yeah. No complaints out of me there. Ascend to Zero, which was like a cyberpunky isometric roguelike that looked a little bit like Transistor, the Supergiant game. Did you get anything from this?
This I liked the look of this. Like this intrigued me in terms of like kind of a crunchy arcadey gameplay experience. So like I'd be interested to try this out. And this is another one that I noted was on Game Pass, so like low entry.
Seems like it's got some time shenanigans going on there. Always a fan of time shenanigans. Then Dispatch coming to Xbox this summer. Always good. More people play that. ADS, Alien Deathstorm. This was from Rebellion, the developers of Sniper Elite and Atomfall. Coming next year. Looked pretty cool. Not 100% sure what's going on here, but I was like, okay, this looks like a single player shooter.
Yeah, Rebellion, they're also the ones that did the World War Z games, right?
That's right. Yeah, which I did not play, but I know have a pretty big following.
Yeah, those games are actually pretty good, and like they love to use that sort of zombie horde technology. Like they bring it back in a lot of things. So like I think that this seems like another excuse to make use of that. Like they're just going to swarm a bunch of aliens around you. So that could be a fun time. Yeah.
Also, a little bit like it was like a first-person version of here's all the aliens. Here's kind of a brown level. It looked a little bit like Returnal and Saros, which I'm like, I guess we're just trying to like we're trying to get our brown sky scary aliens, which you complain about. Again, a handful of indie games after that. Frog Squad looked like a multiplayer frog game, a frog 'em up. New Bluey game, which seems to be photography based, and then
seems delightful.
Seems delightful. Listen, I'm hoping Yahtzee's children make him play this game. Chisel.
He played the last one.
Frozen Heart. He did. He hated it.
Yeah, that one did not seem good.
I don't think
that one did not seem good at all.
Then they showed off the first major expansion to Stalker 2, the Cost of Hope, coming out. I didn't get into Stalker, so
yeah, not a big Stalker guy, but it definitely has its fans. Like I saw a lot of comments very hyped for this.
Yeah. Next thing, curious what your temperature on was called Musa, Dirty Fate. This is coming next year.
Yes.
This is a like feudal Korean action game that looks like a mix of like Dynasty Warriors, a little bit of like the less insane battlefields of like a Sekiro, but then felt like it might have been zombies. Like, or at least the very least people are eating flesh. So I don't know if that's zombies or like, damn, these folks are on bad times and they're eating each other.
Yeah, like I was very intrigued by that kind of narrative setup because like it sounded like zombies, but they kind of very much kept not saying that these were zombies. Like, no, these are just people doing this bullshit.
Yeah.
So like that, I'm very intrigued by it. But yes, I definitely got Sekiro vibes. And then when they showed kind of how fast the combat is, I was starting to just get like maybe more spectacle fighter vibes. But either way, it looks really cool and slick.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to see more.
Yeah.
And that name, Musa Dirty Fate.
Musa Dirty Fate. MDF.
I don't know. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I like Musa. Musa's a fun word to say, so I'm here for the Musa party.
Yeah, and Dirty Fate as a time, like that should be somebody's album title.
Dirty Fate.
Dirty Fate.
I like that. I like that quite a bit. Another indie trio, The Internal Life of Goldman, which we covered in our favorites of Next Fest a little while ago. This is that really gorgeous 2D kind of DuckTales-like Metroidvania platformer that's coming out on all platforms, but a demo is now out on Xbox, so check that out. Same demo, I believe that was Next Fest on PC. A kind of time-bending shooter called Vaulted that this might have been the game that like glossed over me the most throughout the showcase.
Yeah,
I don't know if it did anything for you.
I wish it showed better. I think like they were going for like kind of a humorous tone.
Yeah,
when
like
I would have liked to learn more about kind of what they're doing gameplay wise because it seems very interesting.
Yeah, it felt a little like we're going for the Team Fortress vibe, but then they're like, oh, our gameplay is also kind of roguelike-y, and you're like getting cards and stuff for battle and everything. So
yeah, like it's hard to tell like how much of it is real time, how much of it is like card battle-y.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked a little more clarity on that versus the kind of personalities that they were going for. Yeah, but it did seem like it does seem to have a story that it wants to tell, and it has an interesting hook in that whichever character you're playing with, it kind of is telling you a different version of that story.
Yeah,
so that could add to like maybe some of the replayability because it does seem to be roguelike-y where you're gonna have to keep playing a bunch of times. Yeah, so that could be interesting. But yeah, I just didn't think it had a great showing.
Yeah, agree there. Hades coming to Xbox and PlayStation on April 14th. Hades 2, which
that's a big get for Game Pass.
Yeah, one of the best games of last year. And they said it's kind of going to be a juiced up edition that I'm assuming the other platforms are also going to get for free. Just some quality of life changes and clearly some like bonus content. It showed a little bit of like hanging out in the tub with Hercules, which you couldn't do that in the main game. Listen, I know who you could hang out in the tub with, and he was not one of them. So I'm very excited to see what's going on with Hercules. And then the show capped off with, as far as I know, an unannounced game called Artificial Detective. This is from a what I think was a first-time game developer called Vivix, who was mostly a 3D kind of effects house. And this is, this looks like a story of a robot detective who needs to figure out what happened to all the people on Earth, but he happens to have a human girl in his care while he explores this wasteland that has like robot animals, and it seems like there's some kind of third-person cinematic combat to it. What did you think of this, especially as kind of the cap off of the show? I
thought this was a trailer for like a movie or a TV show, and I was very I was very confused. Though I was interested because the premise looked good and the actual like CG animation looks good, so that makes sense that this was a 3D effects house, right? Yeah. But when it actually started showing gameplay, I was very much surprised and also a little skeptical because it looks really good. Like it looks like it might be too good to be true. That level of like gameplay fidelity and whatnot. So I definitely want to see more because I think there's an interesting world and like the gameplay doesn't look half bad. But I'm quite skeptical. This is really good looking.
I agree. Like, it looked, especially for like a developer with very little history behind them. It was funny because I just spent several weeks playing Pocopia, which is the same thing of like, where'd all people go? let's root around here and see what happened to all the people. So I'm assuming it's gonna have a different, probably a different story than that. But looked interesting. So something to keep an eye on. Any final thoughts on the showcase? Any like big standouts? Like mine was Stranger Than Heaven, but I don't know. Did you have any?
Yeah, I can't say that I had any specific big standouts. Like a lot of the ones that you were excited for, like a lot of the newer announcements, I thought looked pretty cool, and I can't wait to try them. But I thought there was a good variety in this of like known things, of unknown things, like big things, small things. I think it was pretty solid in terms of partner showcase. Like it didn't like blow the roof off of anything, but like I enjoyed it, and I think there's a lot to be excited for. Yep. And Xbox definitely needs to avoid pitfalls. So like I don't think this was like a big boost for them, but it definitely didn't hurt them. to basically
No,
say, hey,
exactly. Like
cool
here's a handful
coming.
of cool games coming to Game Pass and everything. So yeah, I think ultimately a win for them, if not like a seismic win or anything. Cool. Before we move on to the rest of the news bits, a couple super chats came in. Minduel, thank you so much, said, Marty, I like your podcast guests on your podcast. I believe something might have been messed up when Minduel sent this. I think maybe some like lower thirds or something. I think you might have had my lower third. You might have had my name when this was sent. See, this is the problem with holding off on super chats. We don't get the goofs until late. Sometimes we're just extremely confused. Every rewind, it's like, what were we talking about when this goof came in?
Yeah, there's no way to know for that show.
There's no way to know. There you go. Sandwich Eric, Chef Eric, thank you so much, said with a $5 dono, Chef Eric's perfect brewed coffee. Use a ratio of 12 grams of water to 1 gram of coffee with a pinch of salt for the pure coffee flavor and no astringency. Chef Eric, you're like a chemist at this point. You're like a Walter White. I'm a little worried you're gonna be cooking up a little meth in the bathtub.
Coffee?
That blue coffee. Would you drink blue coffee if you went to a place that had blue coffee?
No, because I don't drink coffee, period.
Okay, there you go. Would you drink blue water? Blue juice?
No, that doesn't seem healthy. Blue juice, okay. Yeah. But no, that's probably not healthy either, actually.
I don't think anything like, blue is
nothing
healthy.
Blue doesn't occur naturally in
No, it is the sky, and that's it. And I think the sky might also be a reflection. I'm not 100% sure with what's going on in the sky. A winged potato, thank you so much. 2 years in the Green Gang. Grulovia, forever shining bright. I finished a replay of Psychonauts 2 last week. And that is a song. One of the final stages of Psychonauts 2 is you're kind of stuck in someone's mind, and their mind is like It's a Small World ride. The Disney like kind of nightmare ride. Yes. It's a small world, but it's all about it kind of ties the entire story together and the trauma of the past and everything, including this nation, Grulovia. And that is a song we got to hear over and over, and it was delightful. Psychonauts 2,
excellent.
Very good game.
Nice.
Just existing, thank you so much, with a pair of $5 donos. Talking about Stranger Than Heaven. This makes me so happy. I'm still playing Kiwami 3 at the moment, and it's really polished, and I would say it's a good pickup and play. Lots of love. Currently second screening while playing Kiwami. That's great to hear. I know some people had some issues with some facet of Kiwami 3. I think either the something they added or the port or something. I haven't played it, so maybe I shouldn't have even brought that up. I feel like I just shouldn't have brought that up. I feel like this is one of those things where I kind of like throw a firecracker into the middle of the crowd, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I thought would happen.
Yeah, just gonna see what happens.
Just gonna see what happens. I'm sure it's fine. But yes, I'm excited for that game. And Inverse Skies, thank you so much to the Green Gang. Bluey is an amazing show with a shit video game. There's plenty of shows.
Happens to a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Home Improvement. Maybe The Expanse. We'll see what happens with this game.
No, they had was that Telltale? They had a story one, which I think people.
Oh, liked. I forgot. Which had like some of the actors, right? From the show and everything.
The one girl who was part of that pirate crew.
Like the older lady?
No, not the older one. No. I can't remember her name at all, or her character's name in the show. Sad. She was like the second in command to like that main pirate guy.
Did she talk with the New Orleans accent? Call people belters?
Yes. Yeah, she was a belter.
I like that. Creole, Cajun.
That show was so fucking good.
That show was so good. Absolutely. Drummer. Thank you, King Dead. Well done.
Yes. Adriana Drummer or something like that.
Yeah. Andre Drummond, who was a basketball player. Maybe that's who you were thinking of. Okay, a couple lingering news bits. There's not a whole lot to chew on here other than I guess we could just turn the sign on or flip the sign over. 0 days since last mass layoffs in the games industry. This week it is Epic, the technology house and developers of Fortnite. Earlier this week laid off 1,000 employees, which is roughly 20%, a fifth of their entire staff. And with this, 3 different modes of Fortnite are being shut down, including Rocket Racing, Fortnite Ballistic, and Festival Battle Stage. This just came from in a message to the staff from Tim Sweeney, talking about how Epic is also facing challenges that the entire industry is facing, including slower growth, weaker spending, and tougher costs economically. And despite the fact that I think Epic made something like $6 or $7 billion last year, apparently that just isn't enough. And so, yeah, I mean, at the very least, they said that the people affected got a 6-month severance, which is better than a lot of places. But yeah, I don't know. Just one of those, like, if fucking Fortnite can't make it, who can? When I read a thing like this.
And the idea that that's an acceptable statement to make, like, who are they kidding to claim that Fortnite, which every other company has been chasing to disastrous effects for the last decade, isn't making good? Like, that's a lie. They're making more than enough money.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lie. That doesn't hold any water to me personally. So none of this is sustainable. We've known that for a long time.
Yeah.
But it just really sucks to be in that field right now. Like tech has been hit hard in a similar way in general, but like games media is definitely at the top, it feels like, of this danger. Like, it's really bad. LinkedIn is fucking depressing for if you work in the games industry. Like, it is.
Yeah, I mean, a 1,000 people at one of the biggest developers and publishers on earth are now looking for jobs, and these are people that were not let go because of performance reasons. These were like, by most accounts, good employees who just didn't meet whatever, weird made up bottom line was created by people who don't have to worry about money. So, again, not a whole lot we can dig into there. It just, it really fucking sucks. Best all the love going out to anyone affected by that. And I don't know. I guess we'll just hit pause until the next time we talk about this, which will probably be next week when something else happens. Yeah. There's no, it's not even a joke at this point. It just feels like almost every week we have to decide, is this going to be a topic on the podcast? Like, literally every week this year, I feel like there's been one of these stories of varying sizes.
You may be absolutely right.
Yeah. And we are 3 months into the year. So, not great. Pivoting slightly to maybe more positive news in the Nintendo world, a pair of stories over the past few days. One, that they've announced that May's upcoming Yoshi and the Mysterious Book will be the first game that they put out at dual prices. So the digital version will be discounted, quote unquote, at $60, $59.99, and the physical version will be $70. So $69.99. And this, some people are looking this, if you want a glass half full this, it is, if you're buying digital, we're finally getting a discount. If you want a glass half empty this, it's, Nintendo has raised the price of all their games by $10, and now they can choose which ones, if they don't think they're going to be heavy sellers, like this, which I don't imagine Yoshi will have the same sales as a Pokopia or as a Donkey Kong or anything like that. We could choose to sell this one digitally a little bit cheaper. How do you feel about price discrepancies between physical and digital? I guess kind of as a concept.
Like, on paper, I think that's maybe what should have happened, is once things started to go digital, like, you lose all that production stuff. Like, you don't have to pay for storage, you don't have to pay for transportation, for like physical packaging and stuff like that. Like, that's actual cost savings. Like, maybe there's some back end maintenance and stuff, but like, I don't believe it's comparable to like what goes into shipping physical things to a place to then be sold. So like, I could understand if prices have to go up because inflation, everything goes up, games are more expensive. That could be cost cutting if you took the route of digital. Like, that always kind of made sense. Companies just never really did it.
Yeah.
So it's their fault because they always matched the price, whether it was digital or on store shelves. And a lot of places just stopped putting stuff on store shelves and continued to keep the same price because they were greedy.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we have Nintendo literally playing in our faces by trying to tell you, like, oh, the thing that they probably should have done a long time ago, where the physical thing is more expensive, we're going to do it now in order to save you money or to give you an option. Like, it's way too late at this point. Like, this is them trying to figure out how to justify $70 for. And again, like, the cost of a game, especially a Nintendo game, is very subjective. Like, Nintendo tends to make smaller experiences, but they're very deep and rich gameplay wise. Like, what that actually costs to an individual is going to vary. But in general, I would think Nintendo would probably be fine if all their stuff was cheaper than, like, maybe whatever the industry standard is for a AAA game.
And they're
just not going to do that because they're Nintendo.
Yeah. And this is something they did say, last year, like when the Switch 2 was coming out, and there was the kind of commotion about, oh wait, Mario Kart's gonna be how much money? It's gonna be $70, $80. Like that's like, you're gonna raise the price of games that much. And then they were like, oh no, we're looking at fluctuating prices. So this feels like more of them testing out the fluctuating prices water. And in a perfect world, this would lead to the competition would lead to other publishers being like, shit, maybe we should adopt digital costs less. All it will actually adopt is, okay, we can charge more for the physical, keep digital where it's at, and in people's minds, it'll be it'll feel like a deal if you're buying digitally.
It's the most cynical way to approach this,
sure,
which sucks because everything feels like that nowadays. What I'm curious about is if there's any way consumers can push back. Is there, like, do you just not buy either? Do you only buy digital?
Sure, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's like a couple, like just in terms of Nintendo, I've even seen in our comments, there's a couple people who making it heard very often that they do not support Nintendo and will not buy Nintendo. And I'm always like, that's, everyone has their own lines they draw on. We have that in terms of artists. Like, if you draw your Harry Potter line, if you draw your Woody Allen line, I don't know why I'm combining these three lines together, but everyone has their own. To me, that is entirely a person by person basis. I do feel like ultimately it's not really impacting Nintendo at all. Even though Nintendo has said that they had to like roll back their inventory, like they did not match what they thought they would hit for Switch 2. The Switch 2 is still on a record-selling pace. So to me, it is less the Switch 2 is not performing and more of, like a lot of publishers, we hear this from Square, we hear this from Sega, we hear this from Nintendo. Maybe your predictions were a little too high. Maybe like you didn't kind of read the room. Maybe you didn't see what was going on in the water. And not just Japanese publishers. I mean, we get that from we get that from everyone across the board, right?
We absolutely do. I'm curious though, like for them to be trying this route, does that suggest that them trying to charge $80 for some of their flagship titles didn't work the way they thought? Like, I think Mario Kart World sold as well as it did because it was most of those sales, I think, were attached to like that bundle, which was
where it's like
people
pay $50
trying to undercut. Yeah,
pay $50 more and you get this game. So it's kind of like, well, it'd be dumb not to get this because everyone's going to be playing Mario Kart.
Or was that always the trick? Was like, oh, we'll threaten them with $80 Mario Kart so that they buy it in the bundle with the console.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's hard to say.
Yeah. But I don't know. That'll be something interesting. Nintendo's just I like seeing Nintendo in this spot where it is them kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step backing. And I like seeing every time I'm like, oh, this is really great. Donkey Kong Bonanza looks great. And then they're like, trip on their own dicks with the next thing. And then they don't realize that Pocopia is going to be a massive hit. And then they're like, here's the Tomodachi Life demo, which you can input the most vulgar things into. And the characters in that game will say anything. This is, I started up the demo and I'm like, oh my God, are they going to change this? Because this is nuts. It is nuts what you can do. And Eric, I'm very excited. Eric is our resident Tomodachi Life fan. I'm very excited for this game to come out because some real sicko shit is going to exist in this game, which I'm looking forward to. But the other bit of major Nintendo news was I guess, I wouldn't say this is a spoiler because if Nintendo announces it, it can't be a spoiler. But Nintendo this morning was just like, here's a new poster for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and it just features Fox McCloud, the main character of Star Fox, which some people, including us, kind of like goofed at and like theorized that there was a shot where you kind of saw like someone's hip in the foreground, kind of blurred out, and it kind of looked like it could have been Fox McCloud's hip. And turns out it just was Fox McCloud's hip. So Fox McCloud is going to be in this movie, along with a little chimp from Yoshi's Island and Who Steals Your Hat in Mario 64, which I'd like that chimp. So I'm glad he's going to be here.
Odd pairing.
I will say, I got 3 levels to this. First level, the first Mario movie, they made a big deal out of Donkey Kong. He was like a kind of a big character for one act of the movie. Seth Rogen voiced him. They redesigned Donkey Kong. Sure enough, 2 years later, we got Donkey Kong Bonanza. Do you think that this highlights the fact that Nintendo is working on a Star Fox game using whoever is going to be this Star Fox or whatever like design this Star Fox is? Not necessarily a voice actor or anything, so it'll probably be someone famous. But do you think this is a good chance? Yeah.
I think there is a good chance, but I have some theories of my own, and I think there might be a better chance that this isn't for the purposes of video games. This is the purposes for more transmedia franchising. Like this is a backdoor pilot.
Gotcha.
For a Star Fox standalone thing, like a Star Fox movie series that is apart. Because personally, that is probably, in my opinion, the best Nintendo franchise that could benefit from a sort of cinematic series. It's got great.
It feels
characters.
Almost easy,
great like tension, like infinite replayability in terms of storytelling. Like they're just a space squad of like cute animals that go on adventures in space. Like that's a forever thing, right?
Yeah.
You just need the spark. So throw them in your second Mario movie. Let the kids be introduced to him if they forgot who Star Fox is, and then when that next movie gets announced, boom, you built an audience right there.
Yeah, and some of the reports have been that the next Nintendo-based movie is going to be a Donkey Kong movie. So Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong is not in this movie, but they're making a standalone Donkey Kong movie, and you did the heavy lifting of introducing him in the Mario movie, so you could do a similar thing here.
And the game definitely helped as well, right? Like,
sure,
I don't know if that was part of the plan, but it definitely synergized because they might have just let the Mario team do what they wanted. I don't know that they directed them, hey, make a Donkey Kong thing next because we got plans for that monkey. But it definitely worked out. But a similar thing could happen for Star Fox, right? If someone on the team is like, hey, Star Fox, I have an idea for him since we're redesigning him and putting effort into him. Like, hey, let's make a game. That could also happen. I think all that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Assuming they cast a famous person as Fox McCloud, do you have any thoughts? My gut, Fox McCloud to me is from the South. I know he's like a space fox, but he should have a Southern accent. And I thought of who has a Southern accent, who's a name, and who is already associated with flying a plane. I went Glenn Powell. And I think you're not crazy about Glenn Powell, right?
He's so boring, but like what you're saying makes sense.
I got illumination on the head. He was in obviously he was one of the characters in Top Gun Maverick, which one of the reasons I could just imagine a Star Fox movie is I'm like, I'll just kind of do Top Gun.
Yeah, and especially he's like a Hollywood fave right now. He is a leading man in terms of Hollywood standards. If they promise him, hey, you're going to get a spin-off movie, I'm sure he'd be happy to do this and then get his series afterwards, right? Yeah, so it makes sense.
I mean, also James McCloud, Fox's dad, could be Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise is like is Glenn Powell's like Sherpa. So there you go.
Sure.
Do you have anyone?
Sure.
Anyone comes to mind?
I like where your head is at, but I don't know. I think Fox. I know his last name is McLeod, but I think he'd be better suited with like a Hispanic accent.
Okay.
So if we're gonna do Illumination, I'm thinking like Benicio del Toro or Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
Something
okay.
like that.
I like this. I like this. If you really want to tap into the zeitgeist a little, Bad Bunny, he was gonna be a Spider-Man. There was gonna be like a wrestling luchador Spider-Man movie, and they canceled it. But he's big.
He's got to learn more English. Like
doesn't matter.
I don't think
matter. He's a fox. He's a fox.
Fox just speaks Spanish.
I also jotted down for Peppy, Sam Elliott, grizzled old Sam Elliott. Peppy to me seems like an old cowboy.
Sure. Yeah.
Slippy, a little bit of a weird fuck up. I went a little bit older. Slippy seems like he should be a kid. I went old. I went Steve Buscemi. Just because Steve Buscemi also kind of looks like a frog to me.
Just do Bill Skarsgård, the new Steve Buscemi.
Oh, he does look. He's like handsome Buscemi. Not that Buscemi's not handsome.
He just looks like Steve. It's not a handsome, unhandsome thing. He just looks like Steve Buscemi. Period. Whether you consider him handsome or not is irrelevant.
Not putting a modifier on it. Not putting a modifier on it. And then I was a little stuck on Falco. Like, who's got the rage for Falco? Falco is like a Raphael Ninja Turtle-esque, like hothead.
What's the Hellboy? Ron Perlman.
We're doing old. We're doing some real old. I was assuming
this is a real grizzled Star Fox squad.
They've seen some shit. But yeah, that's fun. And then Steady Goblinwood over in the Patreon, thank you so much, said, if they are doing a Smash Brothers movie and this movie is in space, then they're probably going to try to get the original 8 characters set up. And then Samus and Kirby are both in space. Wouldn't be surprised if they reveal Fox to drop one of them in as a surprise. So Steady Goblinwood thinks the reason they played the Fox hand is because they're keeping like the Samus or the Kirby reveal for the movie. Everyone will think they already announced the big one, and we know Pikmin. They've already shown Pikmin in the trailer and everything. So, like, do you like at this point? We used to joke about it. Like, I'm assuming the Smash Brothers movie is in development.
It will happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna blend the live action of Link. Like, I hope they just keep it animated. Maybe he steps in a wormhole.
Yeah. If that movie ever gets made, that's just going to be a separate thing. They're not going to do that. That would be insane. Illumination doesn't have the balls to do that, is what I feel like.
What, to do like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit with like a
mix,
human twink?
Yeah.
With
like all these, this isn't. Everyone has been chasing their own Avengers, right? Like the connected cinematic universe, whatever, right? I think Illumination and Nintendo have fallen ass backwards into a possible version of that, because I don't think that original Mario movie ever intended to lead down that road. I think they got a pitch to make a Mario movie and they accepted that pitch.
Mm-hmm.
But because people have been clamoring, is this going to be Smash Bros? Is it going to be Smash Bros? Of course that idea coalesced. Of course they're going to go down that road. Yeah. Like, this will happen. I can absolutely promise you this will happen. Yeah. How they get there, though, will probably be a train wreck.
Sure.
Because no one has been able to do this right since the Avengers did it. And the reason is because none of them follow the plan that Marvel laid out, which is give all of these individual characters their own separate things and then put them together. Everyone wants to start at the ending.
Mm-hmm.
So like them forcing Star Fox into Mario Galaxy movie, like, Galaxy, he's in space. Star Fox is in space. We can make it work. No, this is stupid.
I agree it's stupid. I do think they're doing it smartly. I do feel like they're kneading in ingredients. And like, if we do get this almost feels like Iron Man and Iron Man 2. And then Iron Man 2 introduced us to Black Widow and a little bit of Hawkeye and a little bit of Thor. And then I don't know who in this. I've quickly lost control of this analogy. I don't know who Thor or Captain America are here. Fox McCloud feels like a Captain America. Oh, they're going to get Chris
Captain
Evans
Space.
to be voice Fox McCloud. Chris Evans.
I guess they could.
They both feel like they're real patriotic mama's boys. I don't know what like Fox McCloud's dad is or like home situations like.
That's the thing. I don't think like Fox is a little bit of a rebel. Like he's not like a Boy Scout, which is like I guess how Captain America is characterized. Like
sure.
In his games, he's more like his dad is the one that has all the prestige, and the kid is like a bit of a rogue element. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, they can redefine who Fox is. Like that's not like a big deal. Like
so they should get someone who has
Fox
a famous dad. Like a Wyatt Russell or like a Lewis Pullman or like someone whose like dad is really famous and they're constantly living in the shadow of them.
John David Washington.
John David Washington. There you go. Eric Trump. Perfect cast members. A couple more super chats that came in before we head to what we've been playing and watching. Just Existing, thank you so much with a $5 dono. Going back to Stranger Than I keep saying Stranger Than Fiction, Stranger Than Paradise. Stranger Than Heaven. My God. This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a real tough one for me over the next couple months.
There's a lot of things that start with stranger in or stranger than.
Stranger Than Things. With that Millie Bobby Brown. Thank you so much, Just Existing. There's a bunch of side quests that used to be mandatory that are now optional. Essentially, purists being pedantic is what I've understood. Oh, this is going back to the Kiwami 3 kind of backlash. Purists being pedantic. Never seen that before in video games. Nuh-uh, not me. Never once.
Not a thing. Fake.
Purists would never be pedantic. Randolph Gandalf. Very fun name to say. Big fan of Randolph Gandalf with a $15 dono. Thank you so much, Randolph. Absolutely love the pods that you guys do. You got excellent chemistry. Very enjoyable listens to get me through PhD. Thank you so much, Randolph Gandalf. How do you think Switch 2's first year has been? What do you think of your Switch 2? Do you like it? Do you regret your purchase? Are you fine with your purchase?
I've told pretty much everyone who has asked me that it's not worth it.
Interesting.
Like it wasn't like I've played it a lot because like I work in this industry, but like for like more casual folks or people who are just looking for like the next big thing, like you can get what you want more than likely by just playing a Switch 2. Like Pokopia might be a deal breaker for some people because now that's the thing that's locked to Switch 2. So maybe at this point, if you're like really, really hard up and want that experience, then you'd have to take the dive. But like until then, I would have said you didn't need any of the experiences on there.
I mean, the big three, I guess, are Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, and Pokopia. And Mario Kart, I would not factor in there. Like Mario Kart's
and
totally
Donkey Kong, you can wait for. Like that's not going anywhere. Like it's not a game that was like transformative in any real way. Where like, oh, I need to play this right now. Like whenever you get around to it, fine.
To me, I've recommended it to people because I literally don't know if I think it's going to get more expensive. So I've been like, if you think you're going to buy this in the next few years, Nintendo products usually last well. I guess I don't know. The one thing is I don't know in a year or two if they're going to have an OLED or a mini or, you know, a literal better version of what they have now. But yeah, in terms of exclusives, just those two games, Donkey Kong and I mean, I played my Switch 2 a lot, but Donkey Kong and Pokopia have been the big two exclusives. And other than that, I've been playing like Hades 2 and Silksong, like stuff that is very playable in other places. But I'm hoping we see more later on in the year. Like I'm hoping we see Fire Emblem and maybe a Mario game or whatever, some Zelda shit. But yeah,
some Zelda shit.
It's just some. But
like
Zelda
you said,
shit.
like you said, regardless of my feelings about that, it has sold well. Like so, like Nintendo, I think they are just fine.
Yeah, it's in a weird. It's nowhere near a Wii U, GameCube kind of disaster, but it's also not a oh my god, we're the talk of the town Switch or Wii triumph. It's just selling very good, like kind of where the PS5 is, where like it's selling very good in spite of itself. Like it's selling very good maybe because there's not a ton of competition in those exact lanes.
Is Sony in front of Nintendo or vice versa in terms of hardware sales? Like, I feel like I keep hearing a different metric like every other month. It's like, oh, Nintendo has the best selling, whatever, or Sony has the best selling.
Well, I mean, it's hard because like the PS5 is 6 years in, so it's like hard to one. Like if a PS5 what a PS5 sells this month compared to a Switch. I think they're both doing well, like historically. Okay, Eric, thank you so much. PS5 is at 92 million after, I guess, 6 years, 5 years. It was 2020 to 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, almost 5.5 years. I had to use my fingers. I'm bad at counting. And the Switch 2, almost at a year, is at 17 million. Both of which, both of those seem fine.
Yeah.
I'd like to sell 17 or 92 million of anything. That seems like I'd be happy with that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Like for like $1 for 50 cents.
My God. Half of 17 million, half of 92 million. I'd be glad. Yeah. You'll never hear me on a podcast again. Frog Parts. Thank you so much. A $5 dono. What a cool surprise Fox would have been. Nothing can be secret anymore. That is one of the shitty things on the internet. If you're not getting spoiled by spoilers, you're getting spoiled by direct marketing. So,
and this could have been really funny because that movie launches on April 1st. So everyone coming out of that movie theater trying to tell you Fox McCloud is in the movie.
Yeah, everybody like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, you're
absolutely
right,
lied to
that's
us.
I'm gonna have to see it myself to prove these assholes wrong. And then
part of me thinks they're hiding another. Although the thing is, Brie Larson would have been the best choice for Samus because Samus is Brie Larson's favorite character, but she is Rosalina. So you can't voice two people, or else you go to jail.
That's true.
That's been a law. A lot of the Simpsons cast just absolutely in jail. King Dead, thank you so much for the $5 dono. Christopher Lambert to voice Fox McCloud of Clan McCloud. I like that. We need more. What if Fox McCloud has to fight the Highlander? Which I think is in production with what's his Superman, Henry Cavill.
Is he going to slim down for that? Do we want a Highlander that's that big?
I don't think we need any human that's that big, except for Alan Richardson when he's beating up his neighbor. He could be that big.
Yeah, I saw that story. Yes.
He could be beating up his dumb neighbor with his MAGA hat. That's fine. Don't give a shit.
Great job.
Well done. Until we find out more details. Yes. Continue to keep on reaching. Nick Knoll, thank you so much for the $5 dono. My dream cast for the Star Fox movie, Fox. Antonio Banderas. I like that.
That's good.
Again,
that's good.
He's old. I think he's old.
Yeah, pretty old though. But that's less of an issue when it's animation. But
sure, yeah. And he was great in. He played in Puss in Boots, right? He is the titular.
There's a new movie from the Puss in Boots animators too.
Ooh, is it?
Let me find it fast.
Oh, that's just Zorro. That's just literally Zorro.
Like a new animated thing. It's not a Puss in Boots universe. Forgotten Island.
Oh, I saw the concept of that seems so sad. Two friends end up on an island, and the only way they can get off is if they literally erase all memories of each other. So it's like two BFFs are like the only way we get off this island if we like literally destroy all of the bonds we have. God damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy story. Looks great.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Slippy, Paul Dano, who Quentin Tarantino does not like. I think that's a very good casting. I'm a big fan of Paul Dano. Peppy, Benedict Cumberbatch. I like a British Peppy. Peppy seems like he could drink tea. Like hares feel British to me.
That's Falco, just a British rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. Falco, I like this quite a much. Adam Driver. I think Adam Driver could be a good Falco.
That's
Kylo Ren energy to Falco. Yes. Like Kylo Ren is Raphael. Like
just that angry dude in a spaceship. Yeah.
Angsty teen who's also a 39-year-old. Yeah. And then Gary Redux, thank you so much with the $5 dono, Gary Redux. Marty, tuning in from work just to say that Go Slimy Go was a brilliant time. Fully finished it last night. Another excellent reco. Cheers. Thank you so much, Gary Redux. Go Slimy Go was one of the games that Eric and I put in that video at the start of the year of some of the games we missed of last year. Very fun puzzle platformer with a very adorable aesthetic. So, nice. Big recommendation to Go Slimy Go. Still, I think only on PC. I think they should put that on other places. You hear that, Slimies? Put it on Switch. I probably shouldn't call people Slimies.
They like it, in this case.
Have to pee. But Casey, we've been playing things. You've been playing Crimson Desert.
Sure, I have.
Can you talk a little bit about Crimson Desert while I go to pee and then run back?
Sure. I'll try to stall because I actually want you to hear some of the stuff about Crimson Desert.
Do you want to talk about Mighty Number 9 first? Do something for the next minute.
Sure. Yeah, let Marty go to the bathroom. We're gonna vibe. We can start with Mighty Number 9. So if you don't know, Hot Monday Energy this past Monday, I think it was Sir John Arbuckle's recommendation to go back and check out Mighty Number 9. It was a Kickstarter darling. Keiji Inafune, one of the original creators of Mega Man, kickstarted it with his company Concept and Inti Creates, and they made a game that a lot of people donated. It was very successful in terms of a Kickstarter, but when it released, it was kind of borked and it disappointed a lot of folks. So it's kind of just had this really stinky reputation for a really long time. And even though I was intrigued by it, like I thought it had great art, I'd never actually played it until last Monday. And surprise, surprise, Mighty Number 9 is actually a really good game. It's very much just doing Mega Man again. Everything is buffed up. Like I see the pew pew pews in the chat. Yeah, we had some difficulties with some of the bosses, but that's normal for a Mega Man game. Mega Man is going to frustrate you. So I was actually surprised by how closely Mighty Number 9 mimics the experience of playing those old school Mega Man games. It was like a nice cross between like OG Mega Man and the feel of Mega Man X. Like you still had access to like a dash ability. Though it's kind of a weird thing where like you weaken enemies with your shots and then you have to dash near them to like absorb their power. And I think depending on what color the enemy turns, you dash next to them, you get a sort of power up from them. But like I thought that was kind of dumb. I like that you dash into enemies to finish them off. I don't think the power up mechanic was really changing much. Like you get like maybe more powerful shots or different shots or maybe some extra shielding. That would have been helpful because that game is actually very, very fucking difficult. We finished 2 levels before taking on the third within that 2 hour span, which old school Mega Man is way more punishing than that. Like like a first time through, you're not getting that much progress in a 2 hour time period. So either way, I do want to go back to it. I haven't yet, but I had a really good time. I think it's a bad rep. I think Mighty Number 9 is a much better game than its reputation would.
Yeah, I'm wondering why it. It was kind of infamous when it came up, but maybe it's like a lot of those recent.
I think it's because of the hype.
Games. I think it is because of the hype, because of the pedigree behind it. Like I kind of felt the same way about stuff like Balan Wonderworld, which I'm like, this game.
Why was anyone looking forward to that?
but everyone's like, oh, this is from the Sonic Adventure. This is Yuji Naka. He's finally giving us the Sonic Adventure follow up we've wanted, and I don't think it is not a broken game by any means. It's like a totally serviceable game with some interesting ideas behind it, but yeah, I don't know. It seems like just every once in a while, like something is chosen as the sacrificial lamb to dunk on, and Mighty Number 9 may have been that. Also, a big Kickstarter success, like that had like there was actually
it puts a ton of like pressure, and that was one of like the early ones too, right? Where I think people might have felt even more entitled than they usually do to a creator's work. So it was like, I put money into making this, getting this done, and you can't have it work properly. So like, yeah, I can see that backlash being like maybe outsized. So I don't know, like maybe let's reevaluate some of that stuff from back then. If maybe we can make that a regular thing on HME. Like what are some other like stinky dog turds of games historically that everyone knows is bad, but no one's actually played? I tried that with what's the name? The other Remedy joint. Quantum Break. Yeah.
Quantum Break. Yeah, I like that.
Game actually is bad. That game is bad. So
I like that it's like one of those, okay, were they lying or not? And you're like, no, they weren't lying.
I know this was bad. Not great.
This was bad. Incredible. But in more promising news, you have been playing Crimson Desert.
I have fallen into the Crimson Desert.
Into the quicksand. So it sounds like you're enjoying it, at least more than
I'm liking it a lot. Yeah.
The Yahtzees and Jays. So what about it? Stick it with you.
It's hard to say because I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Like all the stuff you've heard about it is true. It is janky. It is cumbersome to control. It has piece of cardboard ass main character. It's got very loose storytelling and kind of basic ass quest design. But all of those things feel like afterthoughts in the sense that they started by making a very robust, very deep gameplay experience. Like this is a capital V video game. Like it is all about mechanics. It's all about things in the world interacting with you, interacting with each other, and giving you maybe not like immersive experiences where like you're like causing like chain reactions of things, though that is a thing that can happen. You can set off like a couple of things to occur, but like the entire world is just built as such a playground, and over time they give you more and more tools to become more and more a master of that playground. And like the skill tree works in a way where like you can basically see everything that's in it, which a lot of games do, but it's really fun to look at what's possible and then to weigh, okay, well, what are the steps I need to take to get there? Because like that looks really fun and I really want to get to that. So along the way, you try and figure out how to get to that. Like there's multiple ways to level the character up. Like you can go through regular quests. You can just do exploration. You can fight dudes, which I think I mentioned this before, but like, I really like that there's a mechanic to, if you come across a dude in a fight who is doing a move, you can just look at that man and be like, I know how to do that. I think I can figure that out. And then you just unlock that skill by having seen it done. Yeah. I wish there was a way to
awesome like an awesome mechanic.
It's really fun, but I wish there was a way to hunt, because it's only specific dudes. Like it's not like just random folks. So I wish there was a way to hunt down specifically where to find people that will give you those sorts of skills. And maybe the challenge can be in getting to those people, but like it's, as it stands, it's kind of a mystery. Gotcha. And I do think some of that is on purpose. Like there are lots of mechanics and kind of just systems that are just not explained to you whatsoever. And I think it's because they want the community to learn about them, discover them, and think about, figure stuff out. Which some of that has happened, but other stuff just feels a little more cumbersome than it needs to be. Like early on, they show you how to sweep a chimney, for example.
Yeah, and it's like that's been a much talked about side quest or main quest, like, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's along the path of the main quest, but I think it's just showing you, hey, this is a mechanic, but it's useless. At least as far as I've been playing, like maybe 10, 12 hours so far. I have not needed to sweep a chimney or sweep anything like a chimney for that entire time. It's just a thing they show you can do, and then they kind of forget it. You can go do it. You can spend a significant amount of time going and finding chimneys to sweep. But I don't, like, that seemed dumb to me, so I didn't do it. But I guess that's part of the appeal. It's like, if that seemed fun, you could just do that. Like, they let you go around and kind of do this weird, wacky nonsense. Like, it's there's so many pieces of this game. This game feels like so many disparate pieces all stitched together. And it's both good and bad. Like, in the way that a game can feel disconnected from a centralized purpose, this very much feels like that. But also when these companies are trying to make the everything game, because that's what they hear fans asking for, like, oh, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. They kind of nailed it in that you can kind of just do all the things you would want to do in a space like this.
In your 10 hours or so, what is a moment that has been like felt like a high point? Like, not necessarily the high point, but like what's been like one of the best moments for you? And then likewise, what's been like one of the, oh, okay, I get that why some people fucking hate this game. Like, you know, what's an example of a high and what's an example of a low?
I like just last night, actually, I spent the better part of an hour trying to infiltrate a construction dig site. Like, bandits had taken over the whole thing.
Okay.
And the point is, there was a boss in the middle. So if I were to just run straight through the guys, I would start a boss fight. But it was very difficult to do that because there were literally like 50 to 100 dudes surrounding all aspects of this mining camp. But there were also like sub-objectives, like different locations around the mining camp where I guess there were outposts for those soldiers that you could destroy. They didn't tell you how, and I didn't realize you could, but there's a thing you can do where you shine your sword and it kind of shows you like a kind of a supervision type thing. Like these sort of red squares were like spinning on top of the buildings. And that made me wonder, can I do something with these buildings? Like I climbed on top of them. I didn't see like a switch or nothing or whatever. then I accidentally like did the thing because it's cumbersome. Did the thing as I was staring at the circle to like put the sunlight, reflect the light off your sword, and I realized the wooden building started to smoke. I was like, oh, can I set this building on fire by just using the reflection of the sun? Turned out I could start a little fire, but like it would get smoky, like some stuff would burn down, but like the whole building wasn't coming. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's a mining camp. There's explosive barrels all over the place.
Yeah.
I start grabbing the barrels, tossing them at the buildings, and the whole building goes up. Like I'm exploding the whole buildings.
Yeah.
The people are coming, charging at me. Like this is an hour-long battle of attrition. Like I'm killing so many dudes, disengaging, finding barrels to like chuck at other groups of dudes, to chuck at more buildings. I clear out all the buildings. I clear out all the dudes. There's like a bar that says like it's 100% in terms of like the forces at the base.
Mm-hmm.
It's slowly ticking down in percentage until like I get it to like 0. Like there's no more dudes around this base. All that's left is the boss. That was great. I had such a fun time.
I love that. Yeah.
Like just dismantling this entire camp. The boss fight itself, mad frustrating.
Oh no! It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Because part of the issue is that in order to get to the boss, I used up everything I possibly had in terms of healing items.
Sure.
And so I wasn't investing in like my health. I was trying to put all my points in like stamina so I could like glide and jump and move as much as I wanted. So like I was getting 1 shot and 2 shot by some of the bigger guys before I got to the boss. So the boss was absolutely demolishing me in short order. So I had to like run off, like find a bunch of ingredients, go to a place and cook the ingredients. And like that is stuff that is very clearly borrowed from like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it's like survival gameplay-ish stuff that like I'm dealing with in order to get back to the fun. I don't find that stuff fun. Like I wish it wasn't so cumbersome to remain in the world and keep playing the game. But like it's a necessary evil in order to like stay in a fight. So like, I had to disengage and do all that so that when I was in the fight, I could heal myself a little bit and actually survive till the end. And I did end up beating the boss with just nothing left. Like every revive thing, every health item that I'd made up until that point, I ended up using and just barely beat him at the end. And like, it wasn't like a fun fight because of it. Yeah. And it could have been if it just wasn't so punishing in that regard.
Yeah. But it didn't give you that kind of endorphin high of like, oh, I beat a boss in a From game or Lies of P or even like Returnal, like that kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
There was
also, I'm sorry, I also want to bring up, because there was also, they introduce you in like a story bit to like a fighting pit. And like, okay, these guys here only fight with fists. You can't use any weapons, no magic powers, blah, 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 blah. All hands or nothing. And like a little challenge within that fighting pit is to win 3 rounds in a row. And I kept fucking up because I didn't understand what they counted as just hand to hand or not. Like you can do straight up like wrestling, like WWE wrestling moves. Like I DDT'd a man and it was like, no, you can't do that. Nope.
That should count as hand to hand.
Right, I'm like,
I guess you can't do that in a boxing. I guess in like a boxing match, you can't.
Yeah, they didn't say boxing rules. They just said hand to hand. So I thought everything was cool. Yeah. And I bicycle kicked the dude in the face. And it was like, no feet. I was like, oh,
no feet.
I failed it so many times by accidentally doing things that they didn't specifically say I wasn't allowed to do. And it cost me a lot of money, but it was a fun time. I learned the ins and outs of that fighting style, and eventually I learned I could like beat the shit out of dudes when they were just on the ground. Like I was like doing the honorly thing and waiting for them to get up because I didn't want to get disqualified. But when I realized you could just beat them while they're on the ground, it was easy.
If you keep failing because you don't realize what exactly you're allowed to do, I think you're allowed to just wail on a guy when he's on the ground. That's totally fine. Do you think this is a game you're going to keep like plugging away at? Like not necessarily finish, but like, are you still interested in playing this weekend?
It might be impossible to finish this game, but yes.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm done with like all the work stuff I have to do, I am turning on Crimson Desert, and I'm probably going to play for much longer than I should. Like I should probably go to sleep because of how long I was up playing last night. But I'm probably going to play more.
When you hopped on the call before we started the show, you said you were a little tired, and that's why. And you said it's because of Crimson Desert. So I mean it's no matter the quality of a game, that's a good time, or that's a good sign to me. Like if a game kept you up late, that's a positive. Interesting. And do you but my last kind of thing was it feels like since last week's episode, since the review period, the game is beginning kind of consistent updates. And it sounds like they've been fixing a lot of small things. Reviewers had complaints about how there weren't like fast travel points within a city. They were outside a city. It sounded like they've added some of those inside the city. It sounded like they've sped up some certain combat things. Like, do you feel like this is one of those games that has been getting better as you're playing it in terms of that? And like, do you see them
for sure
continually tweaking and kind of making it a thing almost not like Cyberpunk, but of that ilk where, the game is actually better 6 months in than it was at launch?
Yeah, I can see that for sure. And I don't think this game was ever broken at launch like Cyberpunk. Like, there were definitely some rough edges, and some of those seemed intentional. They seemed like to be by design, like in the way Red Dead wanted things to be very meticulous. Like it's cumbersome in a lot of ways because of how much you're able to do. Like if you're in a building, for example, all the shit, like all the random junk that's on tables are like real physical objects in the world. And you can individually look at them and have to like put your tiny cursor on top of the specific thing you want if you want to like pick it up or interact with it. And that slows down the feel of the gameplay, but like they clearly wanted you to be able to do that so that you could go in a place and grab whatever you thought you needed. So like there's just, it's incredibly deep, and it will take some getting used to understand what it's trying to do, because unlike Breath of the Wild, it puts a lot of that action like right on the controller or the keyboard, right? Like you can do a lot of this stuff by just pressing a shit ton of button combinations, so you stay in the game. Like I appreciate that, because there is quite a bit of menuing in it. But if like it's kind of a price to pay for how much they're allowing you to interact with. Like I have so much shit on me for so many different purposes. So like you have to do the inventory management stuff because of just what's possible. Like I don't just have like a sword and a bow on my person. Like I'm doing a bunch of bullshit.
The difference there is it seems like with a Breath of the Wild, Nintendo always in their mind was like, oh, this might be a kid's first game or a granny's game that they're playing with their grandkids, whereas it feels like something like Crimson Desert is just like, well, fuck them kids. like we actually don't care about kids or grannies, like and that might be to the game's detriment, but I don't know. But they kind of respect it.
They have started to smooth some of those edges down. Like they
which is
like,
nice.
They started with giving you like just much more room in the inventory. I know there was a puzzle that I know a couple of people got hung up on early on. Like I think even Yahtzee had mentioned it. And when I got to that puzzle post update, as soon as you got to it, a thing flashed on the screen, just giving you like a bit of a tutorial. They're trying to clear up some of those rough edges.
Yeah, maybe.
And I finished that puzzle in like 2 seconds. I don't know if it's because of that. Or what? Like I don't know. So.
Yeah. Fascinating. I probably am not going to play this game, but I do. I always appreciate a big swing, kind of similar to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 last year. Didn't have any desire to play it, but I liked hearing about it. So, and I like hearing, like with Kingdom Come last year and Nick really liking it. I like hearing that it's really vibing with you. So maybe someday you'll actually make it to the titular Crimson Desert, which sounds like it takes
it's in there.
Several dozen hours. So I think it's like a corner of the map. There's a good chance you're never going to make it there. But
it's possible. Let's keep hope alive.
There you go. Keep hope alive. Anything else you've been watching, playing?
I'm all caught up on The Pit. I know that's the talk of the town.
I'm excited.
What a great effing show.
Yeah.
That's all I really
I'm worried about Dr. Robbie. He doesn't look like he's long for this world. He looks like he's just having a bad time.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
This series has to be responsible for turning away so many young aspiring doctors.
Yeah. I absolutely don't want to do this. The healthcare industry is a nightmare.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is the worst job.
Yeah.
Otherwise. No, I think that's it.
Hell yeah. I don't have anything, nothing huge on my plate. I do want to give a shout out on my personal stream. I replayed a game from last year that it was honestly probably like one of my 10 favorite games of last year that I feel like kind of got swept under the rug. Sword of the Sea. This was the
Oh,
game
yeah.
from the Abzu and the Pathless developers. I think you played the Pathless, right? The bow and arrow game. This is very much in the kind of same vein as those. It almost feels like if the Journey, this is former Journey developers who formed Giant Squid, but if Journey, but instead of being like a cloaked wanderer, you were riding a magic sword. Mechanically very similar to Journey. There's no combat. You're mostly exploring and engaging with the environment, kind of bringing water and bringing aquatic life back to this barren desert environment. And then this kind of great story of learning the kind of the myths and legend, what happened to this world, a second wanderer, and then how you guys are going to attempt to fix this against the mighty god in the sky. This is an incredible single sitting game. Played this all in like I think 2.5, 3 hour sitting. I think this game is fucking great. It looks gorgeous. It sounds gorgeous. A score by Austin Wintory, who did the score for Journey, among many other games. Feels incredible. One of those games that, like, with the the DualSense on the PS5, between the chirps and the vibrations on the controller, just like a absolute delight. So recommend Sword of the Sea, which I think is only on PC and PlayStation. It's also a part of PlayStation Plus, I believe, if you have that. Possibly like the high tier of PlayStation Plus. But
Sweet.
Yeah, I think I'm writing up a thing bouncing off this about how I really enjoy short single sitting games as kind of like, if you have like a sushi meal, they give you a little pickled ginger as like a palate cleanser in between bites of sushi, like kind of to act as like, if it's a Friday night, you don't know what to play and you're staring terrified at your Steam list. Like, I have 100 games and a lot of these are like 50 hours or above. Maybe just find something that's like 3 or 4 hours, something that you can literally play in a single sitting and, like, I don't know, give you something to check off the list. Like, I finished a thing. I experienced this piece of art from front to back.
That does feel good. Yeah.
Without moving my ass. Yeah. I don't obviously all games. I still want
game. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, by no means do I want to get rid of big old long games. Like, I still want, my Zeldas and my Personas and my Final Fantasies and whatnot. But I think there's a place for these kinds of shorties. So yeah. That was about it for me this week. But Sovereign with a €50 dono to close out the show. Thank you so much, Sovereign. Unrelated, but I heard your debate yesterday. Cartoon Network started life as a division of Hanna-Barbera, and Hanna-Barbera's Classics catalog was used to launch and build Cartoon Network. They're basically one and the same company. Cartoon Network cartoons are Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I'm sorry, KC.
I disagree. If that was the case, they wouldn't be called something different.
I do. I stand by what we said last night, where, like, yes, logically that is correct, Sovereign, but like from the heart, there is a difference. Like, there is a difference between Hanna-Barbera and a Cartoon Network cartoon. You can't tell me Dexter's Lab and Yogi Bear are cut from the same cloth, even though they're not literally cut from the same cloth.
They're not, though.
Yeah,
like there's a specific division, which is why it's called Cartoon Network. And the thing is, you can actually see the growing pains from the Hanna-Barbera style stuff to what would eventually become more Cartoon Network stuff, like Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo. Like, these were there, but they weren't like the hits, right? They were like shaking off that shell of that Hanna-Barbera stink, right?
Yeah.
Until they got to the gold.
Yeah.
The gold that is Dexter's Laboratory. That is Powerpuff Girls. That is Samurai Jack.
I guess you almost have to be like, when did the Escapists start? Like, back when, like, maybe Yahtzee was the only human being who was around then. Maybe he even wasn't. But, like, in the final years of the Escapists, when, like, a lot of the Second Wind crew was there, like, it may have literally had the same name, but, like, it was... I guess it's a bad example because Yahtzee was always there. But outside of Yahtzee, it's like fundamentally different.
It's a good example because it is different, because the name changed. We changed the name.
Of the Escapist?
After the Escapist, there's a change. This is the new thing. It may have started there, but that wasn't the original thing. The original
Oh,
thing
you're
was
talking
a
about
different
Second
thing.
Wind. I'm not even talking about
Yes.
Second Wind. I'm talking about a couple of years ago when we were still at the Escape House.
No, but I'm saying that's actually a good example because, like, you're right. That's where we started.
Yeah.
But like
So
you
there's
were
a through
saying,
line.
like there was a division. Like whatever was before wasn't
Yeah.
where, even though we were in the same place. But then we changed the name. So you
Yeah.
got the clear. So now you understand where the division is. These
Mhm.
people were on the second wave. The same thing with Cartoon Network. Even if Hanna-Barbera got the ball rolling, that wasn't Hanna-Barbera's shit. That was some new shit. And then that new shit was Cartoon Network.
Like we said earlier, we all draw our own lines in the sand, and Casey and I choose to draw a line, and Hannibal-Barberis is on the other side of the line. Doesn't get to come over.
Hannibal Buress.
Hannibal Buress doesn't get to go over there, but our good friend Cartoon Network and Cow and Chicken and Eddie all get to come over here. Thank you so much, Sovereign. Yeah, that was part of our a random conversation we had on last night's Returnal stream. So if you want more of that nonsense, you could tune in there. Also, as a reminder, you could tune into all of our streams. They are now back being relisted. So all of our streams after they are live, you can find them easily on YouTube. Everything from Hot Monday Energy to Yahtzee Tries to Jack and Jenna, Jack and Jess, our Returnal stuff, and everything in between. Yeah, that'll do it for us today. Casey, what do you have going on? What should folks know about in your neck of the woods?
Not too much. I should have a video essay loosely concerning Homer Hime, but mainly about just a video game thing that I find interesting. That should be dropping maybe sometime next week. Tomorrow for the Friday stream, if I'm not playing RE9 with the wife, I'll probably be playing Crimson Desert. So I will be streaming something or another. It'll either be me or me and Kia, but I'll be there. Outside of that, Super Smash Sunday on Sunday. Me and El Cheshire will be back for that as well. So join us over there at 12:30 p.m. on just the Second Wind Twitch.
Heck yeah. Yeah, tomorrow, no, Nick is still, getting back in. He'll be back up in fighting form next week and should be back on the show next week. So no episode of Unpack this week. Should be back next week. And then Eric and I will probably have that long awaited video on the year 2001. Should be ready sometime next week. Then other than that, yeah, normal streams next week. And I'll also be doing streams on my personal channel throughout the weekend. So tune in for that. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone who tuned in live for the pod today, anyone who wrote in on Patreon, and of course, anyone who super chatted. We appreciate every single one of you. So for Eric and Casey, this was Marty. This was Firelink episode number 103. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Thursdays, great end of your weeks, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.